So this is my garden, and it's really rough and ready. We were told that we were going to get frost last night, frost in June, so you can see all the tarp and the bricks that we used to cover up the garden to save it from the frost. We've only just pulled those off, so once we tidy that up, it'll look a little bit better. We started this garden from scratch, like nothing was cut. This was just grass and weeds. So we knew that if we attempted to wait till the whole thing was pretty and built up, we'd never plant anything. So we've sort of dug up and planted, and then we continue. So here we have our peppers, and you can see we dug the sod off, and we cut the sod into cubes or rectangles, put them upside down, and created a border. Good use of recycled material. And we purchased some really good topsoil. Even though this is farm country, it's very stony here. But the farmers do really well, so we're not that concerned. We took out the big stones, mixed in some topsoil, some compost, some plant food. And here we have red and green bell peppers that are growing nicely. And I'll get right down here so you can see their height better. They're just getting to the first string. And this little guy is a cucumber plant. He desperately needed a home quickly, and I didn't have a place ready for him at the time, so I just stuck him in there. And over here we have more cucumbers growing up against the string. But being a beginner gardener, I don't know the difference between weed sprouting and cucumber sprouting. So I'm going to have to look up images on cucumber sprout length so I know which ones to pull and which ones to leave. And these are just our walking areas to get to them. And these are snow peas. You can see they're growing up nicely. Some weeds in there. Job for today, weed the garden. And more snow peas over on the other side. And these are just regular peas. And another walking area. Now here we have swede or rutabaga. There's lots of those in here. I almost worried that I planted them too close together. And these two little plants here, these are cabbages. They'll be moved. And then over in the corner we have broccoli. And you can see here are my tomatoes. And more tomatoes. Now I planted the tomatoes in a pot because England is a bit gray and damp, and they like a lot of sun. And if it rains too much, they'll get fungus on the leaves, I'm told. So put them in pots, knowing that if we have to bring them inside for a day or two to protect them from the elements, we can. We can put them on the big windowsill. Over here, you can see all the rubble from where we dug up the garden. That's got to be removed. Like I said, work in progress. We've planted beans here. And if you look really closely, right here is a little bean sprout just coming up. And if you walk over here, you can see this is my carrot bed. And somewhere in here, the carrots just begun to sprout. There was a couple little leaves peeking up this morning. There's one over there. And then over here, you can see it's quite grassy and quite gross. We've just cut this up yesterday. So basically we take an edging tool and we cut this way and then that way, creating a grid, and then all the pieces come out as blocks. But it started to rain, and I was wearing my raincoat, and I was sitting in the mud, and I'm trying to dig up all this sod. And as you can see here with the way that the bumps are smooth, it all started to blend together in the mud, and I couldn't find the cuts anymore. So that was time to quit and come back. Now we've put down this weed suppression material to prevent nettles from growing, because I like to wear my flip-flops, as you can see, and I don't like to get my feet stung. The garden hose. It looks really bad right now in terms of aesthetics, but it's quite functional. Here we have some cabbage growing and another broccoli plant growing, and there's two little cabbage plants that need to go in the new bed when it's finished. These are my pumpkins. The pumpkins on the left were given to me by a relative. I have no idea what sort they are. But these little pumpkins are my sweet pumpkin pie that I ordered from the States. And all of those will become puree. If we look over here, I've got my little greenhouse. That has blown over 3 times and wrecked all my veg. Now we've got it tied down. You can sort of see next between the tomatoes and the greenhouse, dog spikes. You know, the kind you screw into the ground. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Over here we have the burn pile. Burn pile is necessary because this garden was an absolute wreck when we got it, and this is part of what we've cleared out. Next year, when after it's all burned down and we've got a clear space, we'll till it and plant strawberries. And here you can see there's part of a fence missing, but we're going to repair that. I'm not sure the landlord will do it, but we'll do it. And this is where my big greenhouse is going to go, which I won't get till next summer. Over here we have, sorry I'm breathless, over here we have a gooseberry bush. We've got lots of berries and things on the property, blackberries and brambleberries. This is another giant gooseberry bush that I'm thinking of pruning back this year because it's a little out of control. You can see all the gooseberries here. And you can also see that there's some raspberries coming in as well. Hello, raspberries. Over here we have blackcurrant. And these, I'm not sure if we have these in the States, and if we do, I'm not sure what we would call them because I've never heard of blackcurrant. The lilac bush. So now we're going to go head that way to the front.